Hey guys, this is Joshua Seth, voice of Tai on Digimon, and you're listening to Anime Secrets.
Toku Secrets is a podcast run by the Anime Secrets website. Check us out at animesecrets.org for more anime, video game, tokusatsu content. Remember to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts today.
Oh, yes! This is Goldar, and you're listening to Toku Secrets Podcast. Don't tune us out, tune us in!
Welcome to Toku Secrets. Join us as we journey into the marvelous world of Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, and many other tokusatsu. Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime. It's Morphin' time! Link to the Morphin' Course. I'm Nathan Desai, the dazzling adventurer, Spoken Silver.
I'm Patrick Allen, I'm Shinken Red.
And I'm Ridwan Merchant, Gokai Red.
And I'm Anthony Davis, also known as Kiryu Green. And we're Toku Secrets.
What's going on, Toku Nation? Welcome once again to the Toku Secrets Podcast, presented by animesecrets.org. And today, we got the whole crew on once again to give you episode number 9, the penultimate episode of our review series of Engine Sentai Go-Onger. Last time we took a look at Go-Onger, we took a look at 37 through 41. And today we're taking a look at 42 through 46. So everything leading up to the endgame arc. Last podcast was pretty tame. We got a new weapon called the Kantan Bar that Rin created. That's a weapon based on the ancient engines. And we got this two-parter that was not a really great one, but it's just that was a sequel to the movie where the Go-Ongers and Go-On-Wings encountered these people from the samurai world and had to fight duplicates of the monsters they fought in the samurai world in the movie. So nothing too huge. But here we are. It's kind of fitting how we're recording this in December, because we're going to be getting our Christmas episode here, a big climactic 2-part Christmas battle episode. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, we're just building all the way up to the endgame arc. So let's jump right in. Our first episode, pretty standard Mew-centric filler episode where Mew disguises herself as a student to infiltrate a school because Kegalesia has infiltrated it and the Go-Ongers suspect she's up to something. And Mew befriends a student there along the way. The only big thing that happens here is that there's this mysterious guy arc who we see briefly here, and we'll learn who he is in the next 2 episodes. He attacks the Go-Ongers during their mech fight. And this, like a bunch of Go-Onger episodes that we've reviewed recently, Ben Bonky, this episode was not adapted into RPM. So yeah, what do we think about this one, guys?
Can I bring some PTSD back to this podcast real quick?
Oh no, what are you gonna do?
Go for it.
You know who this kid reminded me of?
Who?
I'm afraid to ask.
Takashi, our old friend from Gridman. I got very I got very similar vibes from this guy.
But
That's why I didn't like this episode that much.
You know the funny part is. You know what the funny part about that is, though? I like him better in this. Like, the character fit a lot better here.
I know, but he had the glasses, the suit. He was pushing his glasses up. Yeah, the arrogance, the creepiness. Like, I was like, okay, come on.
You mean go on?
God dang it. But I was just sitting here watching this, like, I'm gonna bring this up to the guys during the podcast, and they're gonna hate me for bringing it.
But honestly, even with that PTSD, I thought this is a really good episode.
It's a great episode from you.
Yeah, and like I said before, Mew is my favorite character in the season, hands down.
Understandable.
Yeah, so for me, this is fantastic writing. I just love seeing it.
Yeah, about that. I didn't like this
Also,
episode that much, honestly.
Also, Mew kind of redeems the guy at the end a little bit. Kind of. Not really, but kind of.
I want to hear Anthony talk.
Yeah, go for it. I'm actually curious.
I was low-key kind of bored with this episode, honestly. I mean, I even told this to Nate, and I was like, dude, like, this is the episode where literally Mew is in a schoolgirl outfit. She'd be like, yeah, this is the greatest episode. I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Just...
Honestly, my favorite part of this whole episode was the fact that Kegalesia was trying to keep the Bonky hidden in the nurse's office, and the thing was trying to jump out the window the whole time. I'm like,
that part was funny though.
It's like that stupid thing was like, no, I want to go outside and do stuff. He's like, you shut up and sit here.
So
it actually, to me, it didn't get started interesting until the part where that mysterious Bonky shows up and shoots G12.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was pretty interesting throughout because Mew is a fantastic character, and this is good utilization for her.
No, I get that. It's just like I said, even with her being the lead, it just wasn't enough for me.
No, but I think the reason this worked for me is this guy is like Takahashi from Gridman, but Mew makes him bearable because he puts him in his place.
Yes,
throughout.
Absolutely.
And he didn't really have that in Gridman, so it's kind of redeeming for me.
Yes. Yeah, no, like
nobody knew he existed. Nobody knew he existed.
Yeah, just Mew being Mew makes this episode at least a 10. I mean, an 8.
Whoa, what to say, bro? I don't know about
at least. Yeah, at least a 10. No, I meant to say 8. Yeah.
I mean, okay, if you're gonna say this is at least a 10, are we changing the Toku Secrets grading scale?
Yeah, no. We have 10s coming up, so I can't be saying that.
We have a lot of 10s coming up.
Yeah, we have a lot of 10s coming up.
But I thought this was a fun episode. It's like an 8 though.
Yeah. 8 is fine.
I'm giving it a 7. So
that's fair.
I mean, that's still a good grade, so no complaints.
Yeah. No, I think the thing about this episode though was I liked Mew's interaction with Takahashi. I'm gonna keep calling him Takahashi now. Damn it, Patrick.
Takashi's counterpart. You're not even getting his name right.
Because he doesn't deserve to be gotten right.
No, you're fair enough.
He doesn't deserve that level of respect. Why would I give him that?
He's peeping on somebody again somewhere. I just know it.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my God. But I just like the idea of him having this magic book and he was using it to do stuff, unknowing to the rest of the world that he had this power from the other world. And I don't know. The thing I was going to say earlier is I know it's going to sound weird coming from me, being the one who's never seen Mega Ranger, but this episode is what I imagine Mega Ranger to be like, minus the magic stuff.
A little bit, because just a little like lean into Mega Ranger before we eventually do get to it. One of the reasons why I love the characters of that season so much is that the high school life does play a major role in that season. So, yeah, I'm not going to lie and say that I didn't get Mega Ranger vibes when watching this.
Yeah.
Plays a much bigger part than Turbo Ranger, which is complete trash. But
I love how you just like randomly take jabs at that season.
I just want to check it out to see why Nate hates it so much.
No. Your hatred for that season is making me curious.
No, okay. I'm not saying that it's as like bad or like egregious as Geki Ranger. It's just boring. But at the same time, it's like the head writer of that, you just gave me Live Man, so I'd expect more, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So why is it that we all enjoy when Nathan rips on Turbo Ranger, but when I rip on Geki Ranger, I get told off?
No, we love it.
Well, I guess it's because we've all seen it and we get it.
Yeah. You have a necessary hatred for the show. We just like there's some minor mishaps with the show, but
I mean,
maybe
look,
I still think it's okay.
I'm still looking to get my brain cells back and my life back.
Don't worry, we got the crossover movie with them that we're going to be doing after the season review is over. So you get one more taste of it.
I am hoping there is one scene where the wings crush that godforsaken idiot's soul.
I'm going to spoil one little thing about the movie. And as someone who didn't like John for the same reasons you did, I'm going to give them, the writers of this movie, credit. They actually tamed him down a little bit in that movie.
Well, I mean, to his credit, they tamed him down in Go-Kaiser too. He wasn't as bad in Go-Kaiser.
Yeah, it's like they tried in Geki Ranger to say that he had matured through the end of the season. They didn't do a good job of showing it, but in the material afterward, they do a better job of showing it.
Yeah, but it's very too little, too late.
Yeah, but he was tolerable in that movie.
Yeah.
So, and him and Sasuke
To be
have
fair,
a really
I
good
actually
moment.
find Deca Rangers, Deca Red, I find him extremely annoying in that season. So I understand your frustration.
I'm going to be very.
It must not bother
to see-
people too much because that man keeps showing up in everything.
Oh, he got better as time progressed because like he wasn't as like hot-headed as he was in like later stuff.
Yeah, but I wonder how Riz is going to react to Bon. The more I think about it, I mean, I'm not a fan of Bon either, but still. But anyway,
what's the Bon?
That's Deca Red.
Oh, okay.
Which, actually, I just realized now, Bon, John, you just take John's name but replace the J with a B.
Well, he's already off to a bad start.
I already hate him.
Yeah, that.
It also doesn't help that his Power Rangers. It also doesn't help that his Power Rangers counterpart is like one of the best Reds ever. So he's got a lot going against him.
Patrick,
yeah, pretty
are
much.
you forgetting that Casey's one of the best Reds as well?
Yes.
Yeah. God dang it, man.
For Bond.
Jack and
Like,
Casey, and they're saying, "Oh man, I think this guy's destined to fail now."
Have you seen Deca Ranger, Pat?
No, I haven't seen Deca Ranger.
Okay, so you and I are gonna have some fun trying to, keep our sanity.
Yeah, I know Deca Ranger's not really on our immediate plate, but it'll be interesting when we do eventually get to it. Yeah. Now.
Probably in 2026.
One thing I will point out is that there is a recurring theme that Deca Blue and Deca Red have is that whenever Deca Red says, "Oh yeah, that's my partner for you," that's right. Deca Blue will be like, "I'm not your partner. Stop calling me that."
Yeah, Deca Ranger is an overrated Sentai in my opinion, but.
It isn't even really rated. It's just there. I don't know why people think it's under.
It's not even rated. I like that description. It's not even rated. It's just there.
I mean, I'm not even joking, y'all. Like, it's really everything that happened. There's like even maybe only like 2 or 3 episodes that have like an evolving plot going on, but it's just like a procedural show, cop show. But just with Sentai and aliens.
I don't care. That's the greatest description of a show being mediocre I've ever heard. it's not even rated.
But let's move. Let's get back to
hang on. I gotta make this comment, then we can move on. I promise.
Cool.
It's rated E for everyone gets his hands if he's anything like Zahn. Carry on, Nate.
Okay, let's move on to GP43, end of year big cleanup. This is the first of the 2-part Christmas episode where the Go-Ongers, they're preparing to celebrate Christmas, but unfortunately there's this new enemy who's bent on cleaning up. I'm putting air quotes because cleaning up means a completely different thing in this context. The human world. We finally meet the guy arc who attacked the engines in the previous episode. His name is Kireizky. For all you RPM fans out there, this was Kilobyte in RPM. and he calls himself the cleaning minister of the Guy arc. So he's bent on cleaning up, which in his case is just wiping out everything, destroying everything. He's done it to a bunch of other brain worlds, and now he's come here to do it to the human world. He easily defeats the Go-Ongers and the Go-On Wings and destroys their Christmas party. But then Sosuke encounters Santa Claus. There's a Christmas world that's populated entirely by different Santa Clauses who deliver toys to the different world, which, that's pretty cool.
We'll see that movie in the Shinkenger crossover movie.
Yep,
just
we sure
heads
will.
Up.
And Santa inspires them to fight back after he gives them gifts to remind them of what they're fighting for. The Go-Ongers fight back. They throw everything they can at Kireizky, and they supposedly finish him off. But then this mysterious box, which is made to resemble a trash can, appears from the smoke, and it opens up, and Kireizky emerges from it. We find out in a flashback when Sosuke meets Santa that he always wanted to be a racer, but everyone told him he wasn't good enough. And then he got this remote control race car from Santa, and it motivated him to go after his dream of becoming a racer. And one other thing, the guy who voices Kireizky is Eiji Takemoto. He also voiced a general in Hyakuju Sentai Go-Ranger, Roki. For all the Wild Force fans out there, well, the ones that actually exist, that's Zen Aku for the Power Rangers fans. I'm not going to say Wild Force fans because I don't think many Wild Force fans exist, but still. But yeah, what do we think about this one?
This guy was intimidating. He just, no mercy, no room to breathe. He was just like, I'm hunting you down. I like this guy.
I wish he lasted longer, because I was like, I thought he lasted longer in the Sentai, but he lasted way longer in Power Rangers.
In RPM, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
because I think we made mention of that when we kind of offhand mentioned this guy was showing up. It's like he had a bigger role in RPM because he was around for like through the finale, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know, but I like the dynamic that this guy introduces. He just shows up and he's like, I don't need any minions. I don't need anybody. I'm just gonna walk up to them and beat them up myself.
I also love the fact that he has that those like anti-engine like weapons that he used. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that was the best part of it, was that he had anti-engine weapons, because that gave a new threat that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
Which is a prelude to another type of weapon we're going to see later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
So, I mean, from this point on, the Go-Ongers don't get any break.
No.
But yeah, I feel like the next episode is a little bit better, but at the same time, like this is a pretty typical, at least as far as I've seen, when you've seen as much Sentai seasons as I have, this feels like a typical 2-part Christmas episode type of thing, where it's a 2-parter and the Rangers have to face a really powerful monster / villain. Like, seen this a lot. I remember it being in Kyoryuger. They did it in Mega Ranger when, in Mega Ranger, the 2-parter was actually their final battle with the Neji Rangers. But I'd still say that the threat that they face here is pretty cool. Like he's definitely a very intimidating thing. I'm probably thinking at least an 8 for this episode.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And what about you, Anthony?
I'm trying to think of what I should rank it, like, because it's a really good episode. I should definitely rank it a 10. Like, I want to rank it a 9 or a 10, but I don't know if it's too soon.
No, I think so. The reason I'm giving an 8, Anthony, maybe that just might help you, because I have your opinion.
Right.
This is only one half of why I would give it a 9, but we're not at the 9 level of stuff yet.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah,
giving
I
this
think
an 8 because I'm going to give 44 a 9.
Yeah,
that
that's fair.
makes sense.
I'll still give it a 9 just because I like the the seriousness of the this episode right here. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. There you go. Okay, let's move on to the second part. GP44, Protect Christmas Eve, where Kireizky, he uses the box to teleport the Go-Ongers, Go-On-Wings, and Santa to different areas. Sosuke, Rin, and Gunpei get sent to a kindergarten school that's being robbed by armed burglars. Saki and Hiruto get trapped in this. It's supposedly a cemetery filled with ghosts, but it's actually just a haunted house at a theme park. And Hanto, Mew, and Santa have to chase Santa's bag when it gets caught up with a garbage truck. And they all eventually overcome their obstacles. They come back to face Kireizky. Kireizky's decorating the human world with these big Christmas decorations that are actually bombs. And then he enlarges. Everyone arrives in the mechs until all of them are together to perform a roll call. We actually get a mech roll call here. The Giant King of Trains, Kyoretsuo, the Giant King of Engines, Ingeno, another King of Engines, Gumburo, ruling over the sky, the Air King, Seikyo, the Roaring Wheel of Justice, Go Rotor GT, and the unbeatable soul of a roaring engine, Go On All Stars. That's awesome. I like that.
Can I just say, why can't Gunborough have been unique enough to have his own thing without having to borrow part of Engine O's thing?
I'm the other Engine King.
Yeah,
Hi.
like, have you done something else? Like, I don't know. It just seemed, it was the only thing that kind of very mildly bugged me. I was like, come on, can we not do something for Gunborough? I know I don't like the mech as much, but he deserves some respect.
Yeah. We see an alternative mech formations when since Hiruto shows up at the same time with Gunpei, we have Toripter as Gumborough's right arm briefly. So Gumboro, Toripter. And then since Hanto and Mew were together, Seikyo has to show up with Burka as its right arm. So Seikyo, Burka, nothing really to talk about. No real interesting thing, just a different mech formation. The engines combine to form Engine OG-12. They take Kireizky down once and for all. Kitanides and Kegalesia are bummed that he's been defeated, but they suspect there's another powerful ally out there, and there is, because we see that the box that he came out of is somewhere out there. The episode ends as the Go-Ongers cheer on their victory before they join Santa to help him deliver presents to the kids. We also see a flashback briefly in this episode. I just always like to bring up pieces of backstories where Hiruto and Mew apparently used to hear scary ghost stories when they visited their grandpa, and apparently that's resulted in them both being terrified of ghosts. That's awesome. So yeah, what do we think about this one, guys?
There were two moments in this episode that I found pretty interesting. The first one was when Sasuke, Gunpei, and Ren were in the kindergarten that was being held hostage. They made a comment saying that they didn't want to henshin when fighting other humans, but I was like, these guys are such dickheads that they needed it. And also just Ren and Saki committing assault on a bunch of amusement park workers. I'm sorry. That was comical.
It definitely was, but also the other thing of interest to me was this the first time I think that we have Saki and Hiruto really working together in any capacity, and Hanto and Mew really interacting. And honestly, it was refreshing to see that kind of combination play out, because normally when you split them up, the wings go on their own and they don't really interact unless it's the girl power stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really refreshing to see Hiruto and Saki team up, and Saki kind of telling him hey, I trust in you. I believe in your capabilities. We're gonna be fine. And then just Hanto and Mew being Hanto and Mew, because Hanto Hanto cracked me up, man. He's like, well, you can go do that, but I'm gonna try and get out of here. And he's like, wait, don't leave me alone, please, don't leave me alone.
He just sat there and then was like, wait a minute, I don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish that we had more. Like, okay, the Saki and Mew stuff is obviously perfect, but that, of course, in all these Sentais, you're going to have like shipping, and everyone loves to ship Mew and Sosuke, which justifiably so. But there's some people who like to ship Hiruto and Saki, which makes sense because I don't think I could see Saki with any of the main Go-Ongers. So, yeah, I kind of wish that she got more moments with Hiruto.
Yep.
But yeah, aside from that, that mech roll call, Riz, I know you were kind of bugged with what they had Gumburo say, but that mech roll call is genuinely badass because I don't think I've seen another Sentai that does that type of thing.
No, it's
that
not
was
normal.
awesome.
I looked it up,
Yeah.
and there is no other Sentai that I can find with that kind of roll call. So no, it's definitely really awesome and unique, and probably going to be the thumbnail for this podcast, if I'm being honest with y'all.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, the Gunborough thing's a minor thing. It's not even worth like even taking points off for it. It's just something that I was like, well, if we're going to talk about this, we might as well talk about it.
Yep. But yeah, this is definitely a 9. Because I mean, Christmas Battle 2-part episodes usually don't have to have too much weight to them. They just have to. I mean, you just have to show the characters being, doing their thing, and just kind of give us a pretty epic fight, and then have a triumphant end where everybody gets to celebrate Christmas. And I think this is one of the better ones, honestly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there were a lot of stakes in this, so.
So yeah, it's a 9 for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
9
same.
for me as well.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to GP45, Hatsu Yume Plans, which is a New Year's celebration episode. It's also the clip show episode. So,
And that's why I skipped this episode.
Yeah.
I did not watch this episode at all. I'm sorry, guys. Like, it
Yeah,
just
it's cool.
didn't. It was a clip show. Like, what's the point?
No. No. There's one genuinely good thing that came out of this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Go-Ongers and Go-On-Wings are at a hot spring to celebrate New Year's. The engines are also at their own hot spring, and much of the episode is a bunch of flashbacks where they all talk about their partners. Kegalesia and Kitanades also have some memories of the Go-Ongers and Go-On-Wings when Kegalesia tries to revive Yogo-Stein with black magic and the mysterious box. So this is the big plot thing here, is that mysterious box does show up in the Gaiark's base, but we won't figure out what's the story behind that until the next episode. But yeah, I'm assuming the big thing that Riz was talking about is that Saki, Mew, and Kegalesia, they reform G3 Princess to try to perform their signature song to help this lonely kid, but then it proves unsuccessful because the kid is actually female, not male. So that results in all of the male Go-Ongers forming their own group, G5 Prince, and they perform a song of their own to cheer her up. And for all you curious people out there, no, G5 Prince was not an official thing released in Japanese, and no, their song was not given an official release, which sucks, but what are you going to do?
Well, dang.
Yeah, no. So Z3 Princess coming back was something I didn't expect, and I was all here for. Like, okay, so I was like you, Anthony. When the clip started playing, I was like, I really don't want to watch this. But I also had in the back of my mind, well, King O's turned out pretty dang awesome. What are the chances we get a second good one? Not very high, but I'll try it anyway. And I was like, oh, hey, look, Z3 Princess are back. And I was like, Z5?
I could have gave
Okay.
that a chance then. Well.
Yeah, so the Z5 Prince is pretty funny, but the Z3 stole it for me because I love that combination.
Yeah,
And
same.
it when we get to the finale, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Z3 princesses, but yeah, I really love this episode for that ending. So I'm going to give this a 9, and this is going to be like
Nah.
the first time I give a Calypso a 9. Mainly because of the ending.
Aside from that King Oger episode.
Yeah. Well, I think I gave that like a 9.5.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really fun episode.
I'd say it's an 8.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
don't know
give
if
it
I
an
want to
8
give it a
too.
9, but it's an 8.
Well, you're all haters on the Z3 princesses, dang it.
No, the thing that made this stand out is when Kegalesia grows giant and fights Engine OG-12 for like 2 seconds. That was
Dude.
entertaining.
It was really funny. And also just the fact that she ended up in the same bathhouse that they did.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time like we've seen humanoid villains, like villains with human faces, grow giant. The only one I can remember is Leela / Scorpina from G-Ranger, but even then when she grew giant, she took on a monster form. Have we ever seen like a villain who's human grow giant and actually have still the human form? Like I'm talking like and her name wasn't Leela, it was Lami from G-Ranger, sorry. Like Leela from Time Ranger or whatever Vipra's counterpart from Go-Go 5 was called. I think this is the only time we've ever seen something like that happen.
There was that kid from Zoo Ranger who I still wish got what he deserved.
How could I forget that? Yeah. Yeah, that
Honestly, there wasn't.
Yeah, that Jew Ranger episode, that was good, but not quite in the way it probably intended to be.
You talking about the Tsar episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, Daijujin, you could do one good thing right now, and you screwed it up. Thanks.
But yeah, it's still an 8 for me because the giant Kegalesia battle was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, we've been quick enough, but we're on the last episode of this batch now, guys. We're moving on to a GP46 Runaway Bomper, which is a Bomper-centric filler episode where Bomper gets depressed because he feels like he's no longer of use to the Go-Ongers because he misunderstands some comments that were made by Sosuke and Rin, so he runs away. We see some flashbacks to moments not seen previously in the series, like Sosuke, Rin, and Saki's first moments as Go-Ongers after they transform. So I'm talking like they transform and then they take off their helmets and they're like, oh, wow, these suits are so cool. We see the moments where Gunpei and Hanto received their Go-Onger jackets. There's always been this little decoration on Saki's Go phone, and we're given a story on how Bomper put that on her Go phone to cheer her up when she was feeling down. But the important thing here is that we're building up to the endgame arc here, because at the end of this episode, the mysterious box, it suddenly opens after an ominous voice was heard, and a mysterious and terrifying figure emerges from it. But you're going to have to wait until the next podcast to figure out who that person is. So, yeah, what do we think about this episode?
I love Bomper.
Bomper is my favorite. I feel so bad for Bomper. And I was also confused.
We all do.
I was also confused why Bomper thought they were talking about him being broken, because I figured if anyone would know if Bomper is broken, it'd be Bomper, because Bomper is pretty good at technology and fixing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just
a self-conscious little guy.
Yeah, he does low self-esteem, which is a common thing for a lot of these guys. Navi had it. Bomper has it. I don't know if I can think of anyone else that like a robotic companion that had it, but these two definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say Daigoyo had it?
Who?
Daigoyo. The
I don't know.
Genta's lantern.
The what?
Genta's lantern and Shinkenger.
lantern.
Oh. Okay. Sorry. My brain completely forgot that thing existed.
Honestly, I don't blame you.
I mean, Boone has it in a Boomer.
Yeah, but that scene's not over yet.
Yeah, okay.
We don't know where that's going.
Right. No, I don't know about the little lantern guy. Honestly, I don't remember him at all. Sorry.
No, that's fair.
He wasn't a big part of my Stinkenzer rant, so I don't remember him.
You know, the thing that obviously the Bomper stuff is great, but the thing that I love the most about this is that the monster, like, this is probably one of the most Go-Onger things I've ever seen, where you have this super powerful monster based on dumbbells, and he's extremely powerful, but his one weakness is that his arms are so heavy that he can't lift them without the use of these remote controls.
The gag of the minions bargaining with them to get like they have a union or something was comical.
It was.
And the fact that
You're like, yeah, we quit.
It's those two very specific nuggets. Like, they're not interchangeable. It's these two very specific ones who are thinking, no, we quit. And they can't find anybody else to do it.
Yeah, they had tryouts and none of them could manage it. And they were like, it's like, what is going on?
That's the most Go-Onger thing I've ever seen, and I love it.
And then Bomper busted a cap in them.
Yeah,
like, Bomper is a sniper, man. Watch out.
Right.
It's like, good grief. Seeing him hold the Monton gun was hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, this podcast has come up a little short, but it's a calm before the storm, and boy, what a storm it's going to be. But yeah. What do we want to give this episode out of 10, guys?
This is a 9.
9.
Yep, a 9.
Yep, 9. And do we have anything? I mean, yeah, that was pretty quick, but yeah, we're done with this batch. So what do we have anything else we want to say before we jump on to the end of Go-Onger?
Prepare your butts.
Prepare your heart. No, I was gonna say. So at the end of 46, when the mysterious figure appears, I was like, "Are we really gonna bring him back again?"
Oh,
Boy,
you
was
thought
I
that
wrong.
was you thought that was Yogo Stein.
Yeah, I thought it was Yogo Stein.
No, you wish.
Close, but not quite.
Well, I was like, are we really going to bring Yogo Stein back again and have him be the big bad of the season again? Like, come on, do something new, do something different.
Oh.
And then I get to the next episode, I'm like, oh. Okay, that's enough of us sports out in the next episode. Nate, let's get to it.
Let's just get to it.
Yep. So yeah, that wraps up this one. Pretty short one, but like I said, calm before the storm, and we are about to charge right headfirst into that storm. In the next podcast, when we take a look at the Go-Onger endgame arc, we're all looking forward to it, and you guys should look forward to it as well. It's going to be a very fun podcast, so be sure to check that one out, and we'll see you guys when we get to it. But until then, bye for now. If you enjoyed listening to the Toku Secrets podcast, please check us out at animesecrets.org and follow us on all our social media pages such as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And also feel free to check out our other podcasts, including Anime Declassified and the Jedi Squadron. You can also leave us any feedback you'd like to offer us directly on our website. If you're listening to this on Spotify or iTunes, we thank you so much, and please leave us a rating out of 5 stars. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed, and leave any comments down below, as we love to take the time to read comments left on our channel and give our fans, shout-outs. If you have any seasons of Super Sentai, Power Rangers, or other Tokusatsu shows that you'd like for us to check out, please don't hesitate to say so in your feedback. With all that said, we thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our podcast, and we will see you next time as we continue our never-ending journey through the world of Tokusatsu. But until that time, you all stay safe, we love you, and may the power protect you.